Pre-presentation to the first slide, lots of E's, as you can see, email, elements, English, and also efficiency or efficacia, as you can see. That's really what I want to talk about in the first slide. Even if we've called it business English, a lot of things that we're going to say today, or I'm going to say today, go outside the bounds of business and even outside the bounds of English. In other words, they should be useful for people writing in other languages and not necessarily business. But what do we mean by efficient email? Well, I think we've all had situations where we've written emails and either we didn't get any reply, or maybe we got a reply back which was rather strange. Maybe the person at the other end didn't understand what we wanted, and one could almost guess that they didn't finish reading the original. We're going to look at that kind of problem today. Now, email has been with us for a relatively short time, but it's rather difficult to think back to when we used anything else. Does anybody remember? We used to use letters and things like that. Email was improved things for us in lots of different ways. First of all, because it's very, very immediate. We can write an email and send it, and it arrives straight away. It's simple. Even people who are not very good at computers use email. And when we send it, it's not filtered by secretaries, personal assistants, gatekeepers, or whatever. It arrives directly on the desktop of the person we're writing to. And it's borderless. It has no problems with frontiers, postmen, or other things like that. Wonderful things that have improved our communication, our ability to communicate, and our ability to get results, no end.
Scusami David se ti interrompo solo un secondo per chiederti, un paio di persone mi chiedono se puoi parlare un po' più forte, forse magari semplicemente mettere il microfono più vicino. Thank you.
Okay. Is that better?
Much better.
Okay. So, going on, we've talked about the assets, the advantages, the things that email has brought to us and our personal and working communications. But it also brought a lot of bad things too. Okay, that, for those who don't know, was an extract from the Monty Python clip that gave us the name spam. You can read about it on Wikipedia. It's a curious story, and it's a great piece of British comedy. But leaving aside Monty Python, spam is something that we don't want, and we all have plenty of it. We also get viruses, malware, that's other attempts by nasty people to take over our computers, phishing, attempts at fraud, steal our passwords, other things like that. Really horrible stuff, and it all comes directly into our personal space, into our computing environment. We don't like it, but it's there. This has a negative effect on the communication because it erodes our trust. It destroys our relationship with the communicative means. You know, we didn't have that kind of thing when we used to just receive paper envelopes. Maybe we got a little bit of junk mail, but nothing more. The difficulty is that now we have lots and lots of bad, ugly, difficult communications arriving with the things that we really want to read and respond to. This means that everybody who receives email is a little diffident, even if they know the sender quite well. The other problem, enormous problem, is information overload. We all have brimming full inboxes full of emails that we have to reply to or throw in the bin. We have too many of them and we don't have enough time to respond to them. This should change our communication strategy. This is information overload. I think you will recognize it. So what should we do? Of course, in replying to these two questions, to the question of what and how we should deal with the difficulties of email, we will also find answers to how to communicate more effectively. The first thing is to invest in trust, to invest in the relationship with the person we are writing to. I'll be going into detail about how you can improve the trust relationship with the person you're writing to in order to get better results with your email. The second thing is to cut the information overload. Absolute minimum for information overload. Again, I'll be talking a lot about how to do that today. I'm going to divide what I talk about into 4 different areas. The subject line, first, the way the email itself presents itself, how it announces its content. Presentation, that's you, it's how you dress online, it's your clothing. Style and tone, the second part of clothing, and the content, what you actually want to say, what you're saying in your email.